Welcome, future thinker. If you haven't already, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss an episode. Let's dive straight into today's idea. Imagine waking up and discovering that everything you think is real might only exist because you observe it. Welcome to the quantum lens, a perspective shift rooted not in science fiction, but in quantum physics. Today, we explore how understanding quantum mechanics isn't just for physicists. It's a gateway to radically reframing your everyday decisions, beliefs, and identity. Let's start with the double slit experiment. A simple setup: fire particles through two slits. When unobserved, they behave like waves, creating interference. Observe them, and they act like particles. This isn't just weird. It suggests that observation collapses possibilities into a single outcome. In daily life, it implies your awareness actively shapes outcomes. What if your focus literally alters your perceived reality? Sound far-fetched? A 2024 paper in Trends in Cognitive Sciences found that quantum cognition models explain over 80% of paradoxical human decisions better than classical logic. From inconsistent choices to ambiguous beliefs, our brains mirror quantum uncertainty more than binary logic. How does this affect your life? It means embracing ambiguity isn't confusion, it's quantum. Have you ever held two conflicting desires, like craving change but fearing it? Classical logic calls this irrational. Quantum logic calls it a superposition. Until you act, observe, you exist in both states. Decisions aren't about eliminating paradox, but collapsing potential into a lived path. Now consider entanglement. Two particles influence each other instantaneously across space. Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. Translate that to human connection. Ever had a thought of someone only to receive a call moments later? While anecdotal, such synchronicities may reflect entangled awareness, not coincidence. Here's a curious question. Could your choices entangle with others' realities? Let's go deeper. The observer effect suggests we're not passive recipients of reality, but co-creators. What does this mean practically? It reframes anxiety. The more attention you give a negative future, the more probable it becomes in your mental landscape. Quantum thinking invites a shift from predicting to participating. This concept resonates with mindfulness. Attention is a form of measurement. Where focus goes, experience flows. The Buddhist idea of right attention finds a scientific echo here. What you observe, you influence. The quantum lens aligns science with inner wisdom. Pause and reflect. What thoughts have you been repeatedly observing and thereby reinforcing? A 2023 study in Frontiers in Psychology found that observer-dependent choice framing affects neural pathways in decision-making, demonstrating that perceived attention alters the brain's wiring. Your mind is not just shaped by reality, it shapes reality in return. Let's apply this to identity. Most people treat identity as fixed. I am shy, or I am confident. But what if identity, like particles, is probabilistic until observed? You can be many things until a moment, an action defines you. This means your identity is less about finding yourself and more about collapsing a version of you into action. Here's another angle. If you change your habitual observations, you shift your identity. Observe boldness, act boldly. Observe learning, become a learner. Ask yourself, what version of you do you consistently collapse into existence? Quantum mechanics also suggests reality isn't local. Particles affect one another across time and space. Applied to memory and trauma, this implies that healing one moment may ripple into others. Therapeutic approaches like EMDR mimic this non-linear effect. Revisiting a moment with new attention changes its emotional imprint. The implications are enormous. If attention heals, then presence becomes medicine. In relationships, entanglement means your emotional state isn't isolated. Your vibe influences others without words. Emotional contagion isn't just psychology, it's quantum energy exchange. Consider this. When entering a room, do you bring coherence or chaos? The quantum lens dissolves rigid separations between self and world, mind and matter, observer and observed. It challenges the myth of isolation. You are not an island. You're an unfolding probability wave interacting with other conscious waveforms. So, how do we live through this lens? 1. Practice attention hygiene. Curate what you focus on: media, thoughts, even self-talk. 2. Honor uncertainty. Make peace with the unknown. It's not emptiness, it's possibility. 3. Embrace both and. You can be ambitious and restful, logical and intuitive, grounded and expansive. Remember, quantum theory didn't emerge to be practical. It emerged because reality refused to obey certainty. But in its strangeness lies a secret. Life is not deterministic. It's participatory. Before we close, let this sink in. You are not merely watching the film of your life. You're the light projecting it. Thanks for staying to the end. Like, subscribe, and share if this sparked new insight. Think deeper, act brighter.